From Tech for Techs. Today we're looking at this mechanical gaming keyboard, what's got Outemu Blue switches on it. It's a Marvo keyboard with their branding of Scorpion, and it's the KG909. This thing has got a retail price, or a recommended retail price, of around about £34. But have a look online, you'll probably find it for a bit cheaper than that. But let's have a quick look at the box. As you can see the sort of the RGB effect there. I don't think it is actually RGB. It says rainbow backlight on there, so that generally means that bit will probably stay red, that bit will stay green, that bit will stay purple, blue, and so forth. But it'll have different effects going over the top, so you won't be able to change the whole keyboard to blue, red, and so forth. But we'll double check that in a few minutes. So it says on there it's got a full anti-ghosting, it's programmable, and it's got a metal front panel on there. Otherwise it just says about the rainbow backlight and then the blue switches on there. So it's pretty straightforward. On the sides it's saying 100% pure performance, backlight keyboard, full anti-ghosting, you've got 50 million switch rating, and it's got driver programmable. So that means you have to program it through the drivers or the software, I would have thought. Let's have a look on the back. So you can see a picture of the keyboard again. You can see the switches there, what they look like. So it gives you a rough idea. It says Streamless Gaming, and then Rainbow Backlight, and then you've got all your other different languages and features down there. So that's pretty straightforward. Okay, so inside the box, this is what we've got. We've got the keyboard itself, which is here, which is obviously I've plugged in so you can see it light up. And then you've got the manual itself. The manual, black and white. It does say installation. You download the driver at their website, so I'm guessing you'll be able to download the programmable stuff on there. Their website is basically marvo-tech.com, but we'll have a look at the software in a bit. But there you go, so that's the keyboard. Let's first of all show you how to change the effects and the lights on here. So basically you hold the function key down there, and then you press the effect button, which is there, and that changes the different styles there, so you can see all the different effects going off. I'm not sure how well it shows on the camera, but I'll do some shots in the dark so you get a better idea. But you've got a few different options, but it's, as I said, red, basically yellowy green, purple, more of a turquoise green, and then blue on the end. So you can't change the whole keyboard to blue or red or whatever. It basically stays in that colour format. But let's have a look at the keyboard. So it's got a bit of a industrial look to it in a way, but it's also got this chrome effect as well. So the industrial look is where you can actually see the screws on the top there. There doesn't seem to be any macro buttons on there as such, so you obviously going to have to program macros in yourself and bind it to specific keys and so forth. So that's not too bad. The underneath, it is plastic underneath. You have got the feet on the bottom. The feet do have rubber on, and then you've also got 4 rubbers on each corner to stop it slipping, which is good, because a lot of keyboards we see, especially value ones, on the feet, they forget to put the rubber on it. So then it slides all the way around when you've got it up at an angle. It feels quite sturdy, in all honesty. You're not going to bend that or break it with ease. Obviously time will tell how long the keys actually last and so forth, but it does seem like it's a pretty sturdy, and I can't see you having much of a problem. The cable in itself, it is just standard cabling. There is no braiding on the cable or anything like that, so it's pretty standard. So not much to worry about there. And the cable length, could have done with a little bit longer, but it's about 1.6 meters longer. I would have liked about 2 meter cable personally, but that's me. But otherwise, the keyboard itself, just so you can hear what it sounds like. So it is quite loud. Generally, mechanical keyboards generally are. And if you want to know what the decibel levels are, okay, we'll measure at the same distance. So the decibel levels on this, in the room, as you can see probably from here, we're looking around about the mid-40s. So when I'm talking, you can see it's around about 80 to 90, depending on how loud I'm talking, maybe high 70s. So typing, let's just see how loud it is. So as you can see, the decibel levels are actually quite high. They're not far off actually my speaking volume when you're actually typing on there. So it's around about 75 decibels. One thing I've noticed is the spacebar does sound a little different to the rest of the keys. Same with the enter key, but in general you get that on most keyboards anyway. That's pretty standard where the way it's mounted, because it's extra long. Let's have a look at the switches. So the keys just lift off. There's no tools provided, but you can see what the switches look like there.